Hello and welcome to the Motocross Network. In today's video, we are going to look at moto news worldwide. Again, 2 weeks in a row, we had a heavy news week, and again, 2 weeks in a row now, I've been super busy. Of course, that happens. The weeks we have a lot of news, I'm busy, and the weeks we don't have any news, I'm not. So that's just the way things are. I know you guys are going to say something. I haven't shaved. I'm going to shave before I head to Southwick. Give me some time. I've been busy today. But anyway, let's look at the news. We're going to start off on the U.S. side of things. We're going to look at the Club MX FXR Yamaha rider Coty Schock and his injury update, where he stands currently. Then we're going to look at Colt Nichols, his separation with Beta, and his new deal. We're then going to look at Cooper Webb, his first laps back on the bike. Then onto the MXGP side of things. We're going to start with Factory MX2 Triumph rider Camden McLellan, his return to racing this week in Indonesia and how he stands after his injury. Then we're going to look at some disappointing news, and that is that Triumph will be canceling their 450 plans for both in the United States and MXGP. We're going to look at that real quick, and then finally we're going to clear some things up about Alessandro Lupino, the Ducati rider in Italy, and his affiliation with the Italian police. We'll look into that. Now, before we get into the news, issue number 9 of the Motocross Network magazine is now available. If you ordered it last week, I already shipped them all out, so if you haven't gotten your issue, just message me on the website, and I will get back to you and clear some things up. Anyway, we have only a few left. This is the quickest. We almost sold out. We only have, I believe, 5 or 6 copies left. So if you want one, head to themxnetwork.com now and snag one. We also have past issues available. There's a few left of issue number 8 and issue number 7 as well, and some from last year on sale. You can also buy MagPass, which gets you every issue for the year for a discount. So go check that out. Huge thanks to all of you guys who already bought one. Your issue is on its way, and thanks for the support. All right, first story of the day. It's been a rough start to the 2024 Lucas Oil Pro Motocross season for the Club MX FXR Yamaha rider Coty Schock. His performances were nowhere near what we had seen in Monster Energy Supercross. He currently stands 14th in 250 Pro Motocross points, but we did get a glimpse of the Schock we've been missing. We all miss at High Point 2 weeks ago. In Moto 1, he remained top 10 for most of the Moto. I believe halfway through, he made a mistake. I think he tipped over. I can't quite remember. It all merges together when you watch as much racing as I do. But I believe he tipped over, and that dropped him to, I believe, a 14th place finish. Then in the second Moto, he got an incredible start alongside his teammates Jet Reynolds and Mark Finnis. Again, he fell back. He ended up 13th overall. I know that for sure. So not great, but it was one of the better races of the season so far. I did talk to him at Thunder Valley to see what was the deal, and he said his poor performances were due to a combination of fitness and trying to find a good setup for motocross. He said it wasn't that bike setup was bad. It's just they have to find a setup that works in the high-speed scene of outdoors. It's a lot different than Supercross, so they're just trying to figure that out, and he got cut short, man. His results weren't what he wanted. His goal was strictly to add up points for Super Motocross playoffs this year, but that got cut short with an injury. This week, he announced that he broke his wrist. I believe it was Tuesday, maybe Wednesday. Tuesday, I think. He took to social media to inform us that he broke his wrist during a training session at club, and he is out indefinitely. Here's what Coty Schock had to say.
Obviously, this sucks. Broke my wrist today at club, and we got surgery this week, so we will be back. I would like to say soon, but I don't know when my return is, but it sucks. Not what anyone wants, but we're in good spirits, so it's going to keep chugging along. But in the meantime, I've had black hats in the past, and white ones finally came in from back order, so if you guys want one, go on my website and get it, and if not, that's cool too. But no, thanks for everyone for support, and we'll just keep chugging.
Man, you hate to see it. I'm a big Coty Schock fan. I was waiting to see him get comfortable and looking forward to seeing him run up front in that pack. We know he can. He can be a top 5 guy. We all believe that. We saw what he could do a few years ago on that Honda in the 450 class. So much like Ty Masterpool doing good in 450 and transferring that to the 250 class, that's what we were hoping to see from Schock. But unfortunately, that's not happening. We haven't gotten an update on his recovery or a timeline, but he did get his wrist surgery done today, so I'm sure we'll get some kind of recovery timeline here soon. I'll throw up the picture of him after his surgery on screen now that he posted like an hour ago. That's all we know of Schock right now. Hopefully all goes good for him, and we can't wait to see him back on the gate. Good luck, Schock. All right, now before we move on, this video is sponsored by Blood Lubricants. You can see I'm wearing the Blood hoodie. Blood is a premium oil and lubricant company focused on off-road racing, motocross, UTV, ATV stuff. They have everything from chain lube to blood bath, wash and wax, and even their Clutch RX, which is their newest product. This helps save your clutch, extend its lifespan. So if you're going to get some oil, get an oil change, why not buy the high-quality stuff? It's all Chris Kiefer tested and approved, so don't just take my word for it. It's good stuff. And for a limited time, you can save 25% off site-wide using my code TMN25. So go give them some love. Head to bloodlubricants.com today. All right, on to some more disappointing news, and that is that Beta Motorcycles and the Liqua Moly Beta Racing Team and Colt Nichols have parted ways effective immediately. This came out a couple days ago. Nichols suffered a preseason shoulder injury that kept him out for almost half of the Supercross Championship. I think it was over half, actually. I believe he only did 7 races this year in Supercross, so he never really had time to get acclimated to the bike. In August 2023, Nichols signed a 2-year deal to race on the all-new team as it joined Supercross and Motocross, but this week they agreed to part ways early. This is just a sucky situation for both the team and Colt. It just clearly wasn't working for them. I don't blame him for moving on. Now, online, a bunch of people were crapping on Beta, saying it's a crappy bike and the team, but I don't think it's fair to attack them because, first of all, it's unbelievably hard to start a motocross team from scratch, basically. A new bike, new team, all new people. I'm sure some of them have been in the industry, but to start up a whole new project like that is not easy. And then trying to figure out the proper setup for the bike and all that with the different riders. So for those of you who said it was crappy, and I think that's just an unfair assumption. Benny Bloss put it in the top 10 multiple times this year, and he actually matched his best point standings finish from 2018 with 15th in standings, which obviously isn't great, but that's one of the better seasons from Benny Bloss, and that was including the injury he sustained late in the season, so he probably could have done better. But yeah, Benny was clearly very happy with the bike. He said throughout the year that he loved it and he felt really comfortable on it. So it's unfair to crap on the bike. I think it's very straightforward regarding Colt's situation. He just didn't get a feel for the bike, which happens a lot. A lot of factory riders all over the world sign on a new team and they just never find a flow on the bike and have to leave, which is understandable. For example, when Cooper Webb left like 5-6 years ago from Yamaha and then Barsha soon after, they both said they couldn't find a comfortable setup and weren't happy with it, so they moved on. Same thing with Webb on KTM and Roxon with his last year on Honda HRC. It happens all the time. So please, guys, don't take it out on the team and the bike. I just think that's unfair. I love the fact that new manufacturers are entering our sport, and I hope you guys give them the love they deserve for even attempting to enter the industry and become successful. It's tough. Anyway, let's move on to Colt Nichols' future in the sport. Where is he headed, and when will he be racing again? Well, rumor has it from reliable sources that Nichols has signed a 2-year deal with HEP Progressive Suzuki and will be returning to racing at the Millville National later this summer. This is according to Michael Lindsay of Vital MX and Steve Mathis of Pulp MX. They're both pretty reliable sources, and they both said the same exact thing. So, pretty believable. They obviously haven't announced it yet, but I'm sure that announcement will be coming within a week or so. I'm personally pumped for Nichols. Suzuki has been having a bit of a revival in recent years. I think them signing Roxon was the best decision they ever made because he single-handedly revived the brand and ensured people that even though they haven't changed or updated the bike in years, it's still capable of winning. On top of that, HEP is a pretty lenient team. They don't have factory. They aren't a factory team. They have factory support. So they can let their riders basically do whatever they want, suspension-wise, anything. They can change whatever they want and make them comfortable. So I think it'll work out for them. With all that being said, I think there's going to be a lot of success from Nichols on Suzuki. You just got to give him some time to get used to that bike and team, and I think we're going to see some classic Colt Nichols performances in the future. How do you guys feel about Nichols leaving Beta and going to Suzuki? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below on this one. All right, before we move on, this video is sponsored by Sweet Life CBD. Now, we're all moto people here, and when it comes to our sport, it's just never-ending aching pain. CBD can be a great solution for this. Introducing Sweet Life. Sweet Life grows all of their hemp here in the USA, and all their products are THC-free, so you won't get popped on a drug test at work. All their products are third-party tested for purity, so you know it's all high-quality stuff. So if you want to get rid of those aching pains in a more natural way, head to GetSweetLife.com and use my code TMN for 20% off site-wide. Links in the description. Next story of the day, Cooper Webb Star Yamaha rider Cooper Webb has been out since the end of Supercross due to a thumb injury that he sustained mid-season and kind of pushed his way through it. Since then, he has had the surgery, and it went well, and the recovery process actually went ahead of schedule a little bit. So he's already back on the bike and ready to get back to full training in the coming weeks. With that being said, his return is expected to be the Unadilla National in just over a month, according to Yamaha's team manager, Jeremy Coker. Right now, he is allowed to ride, but not fully. He's only riding the turn track for a couple of weeks, and then he will slowly get himself back to riding on the full-size track. Here is Webb's recent update and the first clip of him back on the bike.
So I just want to update you guys. It's first day back riding. Got cleared to ride the turn track. So we just finished up that. It's all good. Thumb feels pretty good. And yeah, as you can see, got it out of the brace, got it moving. Stitches held up, everything's good. The plan for now is to do turn track for a week or two and then take it from there and see where that puts us come the end of the outdoor season. Keep you guys updated, but yeah, happy, all smiles, first day back.
I'm pumped to see it. I can't wait to have him back on the gate. He is recovering much faster than his teammate Eli Tomac, who has been spotted recently, I believe last week, still wearing a brace for his thumb, so his recovery is obviously taking a bit longer, but the team is still hoping for Eli to return alongside Webb at Unadilla in just over a month. They still have some time, so we're not sure, but that's what they want. Yeah, are you guys as pumped as me to see Webb back on the bike already? Where do you think he'll finish upon his return? Where do you think he'll stand? He's probably still struggling with that thumb a little bit. So, yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Let's now switch to some MXGP stories. First, we're going to start with Triumph Factory MX2 rider Camden McLellan. He has been out for some time now, just over 2 months. He broke his fibula at the MXGP of Portugal in the qualifying session. This is really unfortunate news for the young South African, as he's been having a heck of a year. It was his first year on a factory team, I believe his second year in MX2 full-time. So he was having a great year. It was cool to see. He got his first podium in Sardinia, which was also Triumph's second podium ever. And after that, he got fifth in Trentino before getting injured in Águeda, Portugal. For those of you who didn't see it, here was his initial injury update explaining what happened.
How's it going, everyone? Just wanted to hop on here, give you all a quick update as to what's going on with me. As most of you know, I broke my fibula Saturday in Portugal, so flew back to Belgium, got surgery Monday evening, and now just sitting, leg elevated, the usual stuff, trying to recover, and hopefully be back on the mend, back walking, cycling, running, slowly. It is a slow process, but luckily it's not too bad. There's no major damage in the leg, so we're looking at about 4 to 5 weeks out, and then plan is to be back in Indonesia. So we'll see how everything goes. I'll keep you all updated, but thanks for the support. And yeah, hopefully see you back on track soon.
So you heard his plans in that video, and it all did go to plan. He intended on returning in Indonesia, and he is indeed there, ready to race this weekend. Here is his most recent update from his hotel in Indonesia that he released earlier today.
Hey everyone, just want to pop in, give you an update. After a very long trip, finally I've arrived in Indonesia with the team, and I'll be making my return to racing this weekend. So super excited. Obviously I've been waiting for this for many weeks now, since the injury, but everything has gone very smoothly, faster than anticipated. In fact, recovery was good, a lot of hours at the physio, but yeah, leg is 100%. Doctors were very impressed, so we've got the clear to go racing. I've had a couple trainings on the bike. I'm feeling fit, feeling ready, comfortable, so super excited to swing my leg over the bike, get behind the gate this weekend, and can't thank you all enough for the continued support. Super pumped to be back.
So yeah, he's back on the bike, and he's been training quite a bit over the past week. Obviously, we're not expecting him to blow the world away in his first race back since surgery, but we are pumped to see him back on the bike, and I'm sure he'll still be a top 10 guy. Here's a quick clip of him training this week in Lommel, Belgium. But yeah, glad to see it. Looking forward to seeing McLellan back on the gate this weekend in Indonesia at Lombok, one of my personal favorite MXGP tracks. It's going to be a fun race to watch as long as the rain holds off. It's been a rainy season for MXGP. Lots of bad luck for that series. It's been raining constantly. But yeah, pumped to see both Triumph guys back on the gate this weekend. Let me know what you guys think about Camden McLellan's return. All right, on to the next story. Speaking of Triumph, let's move on to a story that's kind of flown under the radar, and that is that Triumph has canceled their plans on debuting the 450 in 2025. As you know, their original plan was to start off with the 250 class in both the US and MXGP in 2024. That went to plan. And then in 2025, they were going to introduce the 450 and debut those bikes as well. Well, as of this week, those plans are off. Although a press release regarding the topic has not yet come out, it has been a rumor going through the pits at the Nationals for a couple of weeks, and Michael Lindsay of Vital MX confirmed that the rumor was indeed true. He said he spoke with the team, and they will be pushing back their 450 plans to at least 2026 if all goes to plan. Well, now that leaves in question, what will they do in 2025? It was rumored that the MXGP current factory Kawasaki rider, Romain Fevre, was going to make the move in 2025 to factory Triumph, but now with this news, it's believed that he's going to sign a contract extension with Cowie through 2025. Once the 450 program at Triumph begins, he will sign with them, most likely 2026. On top of that, it is believed that they will expand their team, even with the lack of a 450. Originally, they wanted 2 250 guys and 2 450 guys, both in the US and MXGP. It is now likely that they will just have 4 250 class guys for both series in 2025. So yeah, sucky news for sure, although we don't know for sure why they pushed back the 450 plans. It is believed that it was due to financial reasons. Man, I can't speak today. Of course, I can't confirm this, but this is just what I've heard from talks with media guys and Nationals. It is believed that they're just going to hold off on releasing a press release. They're not going to explain it. They'll probably talk about it next year when they sign 2 more guys to their teams. But other than that, they're probably just going to not talk about it. So that sucks, but I'm still pumped to see them expand the team to 4 riders in 2025 if that's what they're going to do. That will open up more opportunities in the sport for up-and-coming riders, so that's cool. But yeah, sucks to see them push that back for the 450. What are your guys' thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments down below. All right, final story of the day. It's not so much of a news story, but more of a clarification of a question that both the media and the fans have been asking for a while, and that is, what's the affiliation between Ducati rider Alessandro Lupino and the Italian police? Since he signed with Ducati, and I actually believe his last season of MXGP as well, he had an Italian police logo across his jersey. You can see it in the photo on screen. For a while, it was believed that he was sponsored by the Italian Polizia, as they call it. I think that's how they say it. But he clarified this weekend that there wasn't a sponsorship. He explained that it's not that he's affiliated with them, it's that he's actually an Italian police officer himself. On the off-season, he had trained over the past few years to join the Italian police force, passed the tests, and he became a police officer. In Italy, they have a sports side of the police force, I guess, and that's what he currently represents. He is a Italian police force athlete, so that's where he currently stands. That's why he has it on his jersey. Then once he's done with racing, he will transition into the police officer position full-time. So here's his clarification. I can't remember which publication the interview was through, but it was a European motocross website that interviewed him. I believe it was after the Italian National last week. Here's what he had to say. Quote, "I'm like a real policeman. I have a gun and everything. But while I'm doing the sport group, I don't work like a normal police officer. We do the sports side of the police, but then when you decide to stop racing, you can choose if you want to go and work as a police officer. And I think I would want to do that when I retire." So that's pretty cool. I know me and a few of my friends in the moto media industry had been asking that question for a while, so I'm glad someone finally asked him. It's harder for us in America to reach out to those guys. They usually don't answer our requests. So somebody who was there at the race finally got that question asked and confirmed. But yeah, I saw the interview and I screenshotted it earlier this week, so I remember the story, but I lost the publication. I tried looking for it again, and I could not find it. I don't remember who it was through, so that's my bad. But anyway, that's wicked cool. I'm glad that he's on a program, living his dream, racing professional motocross still for Ducati, and he has a retirement plan included. So he can transition right when he's done racing motocross. That's pretty awesome to see. Not many riders have that. But yeah, what are your guys' thoughts on this? Were you asking the same question as we were? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. All right, that's all I have for today's Moto News video. Let me know your thoughts on all of these stories in the comments down below. I love to hear what you guys have to think about the stories. Don't forget to go support my sponsor, Blood Lubricants. And also, do not forget to head to the mxnetwork.com and check out our magazines. Johnny Hopper is in it. David Hogan from Always Moto and FullNoise.com is in it as well. So we're in short supply of the most recent copies. So if you want one, order it before they're gone. Links in the description. And finally, if you're in pain and need some natural relief, head to Sweet Life CBD to get some 100% THC-free CBD products. All the links for that stuff is in the description. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys this weekend in the post-race interviews from Southwick. So see you then.